Our family of networks.
This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smithem. And get the latest news from Alpena Community College with Dr. Olin Joyton. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smithem. My first guest today is Jeffrey Mindock, the Artistic Director from Thunder Bay Theater. Hi, Jeffrey, and Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you.
I always love talking with you because you're always so excited about everything going on in our community and at Thunder Bay Theater, and you're always doing some wonderful things, and I understand we're going to have Winnie the Pooh.
Yes, Winnie the Pooh is our first production of the new year, which we're very excited about. It is completely cast with Alpena children and young adults. So we have 13 individuals ranging from age 10 to 21 in the show, and there's actually only 8 characters, so we have double cast the show.
Wow.
So every other night you can see a different cast in the show.
What a great idea.
Well, I actually had 43 kids audition for the show, which in Alpena just blew my mind.
Yes.
You know, and there was so much talent that I didn't feel right not, trying to double cast. And, I wish I could have put everybody in the show because it's so wonderful to see, a small community like this have so many kids that are not only interested in the theater arts, but also to be pretty good at it, It's a wonderful thing for me as, an artistic director.
Oh, yes. So will there be any cast members then from your core company?
No, our core company right now is only technical staff. Our performers will not be coming in until around February 23rd because the second show in our season is going to be the Alpena High School Masquers Club production of Back to the 80s, which we're very excited about.
Oh my gosh, what a wonderful idea.
Yeah, I have a few of the advisors on my board at Thunder Bay Theater, and we started talking about how we can really engage the high school students who maybe want to go to college in theater, but they're not completely sure about it, or the kids who aren't performers and still love the theater. And I said, well, how about if in our main stage season we invite you guys to do your show? So now they get a full 2-week run instead of just 1 weekend at the high school. They are going to get mentorship and guidance from myself and all of my professional staff, and they're just as excited as the kids are about really giving back to this community, because as I've said since I've been here, that's really what drew me back to Alpena, is just this theater community in this town. And
the wonderful thing about the Masters Club is they design the brochures, the tickets, the posters, they do the marketing, they do everything, which you folks do too, in a small theater and a core company like Alpena. So, what a wonderful transition.
Yeah, the professionals that I brought in, we have the time and the, the education to teach them about design concepts and design elements and just, all those little details that, we sometimes let slip through the cracks. It's easy to do that, but, working with them, we're going to do our best to make sure that there are no cracks, left unsealed, and it's going to be great.
If they decide to pursue a career in theater, I mean, look at the stuff they can put on their resume.
Exactly. It builds your resume, it builds your contacts. I mean, who you know in the theater industry is almost more important than, what you do or what's on your resume.
So let's go back to Winnie the Pooh.
Sure.
Tell me, what are we going to see for Winnie the Pooh?
Well, we love doing things the TBT way, So what we've actually decided to do with this production is, rather than putting the kids in, animal costumes, we've decided to give them some human characteristics. Ooh. So myself and the costume designer sat down and talked about what each character kind of says to us as a person. And Rabbit is very frenetic and energetic and, always kind of on the edge, ready to make a move. So we have turned Rabbit into, a war veteran, or, a doomsday prepper, if you will, with the full army hat and, ready to go at any moment's notice. Eeyore, he's usually very, melancholy and a little down in life. So, we're going to give him, some dirty clothing and, some oversized hats and things to kind of, give the essence that he's been on the streets for a little bit and all those kinds of things. Winnie the Pooh's going to be wearing, a sports shirt and headband because he's on a diet. And, all those kinds of fun things so that the kids get to play with those and really stretch their imagination. For me, that's one thing that as a director, I always try to help the kids with, is just really allowing themselves to be creative and be safe in that environment, to be silly, because that's what theater is. It's having fun, it's making believe.
So now, is this other than the costuming, is this a production that's been seen somewhere else before?
Nope, not at all. This is completely original, and that's the best part about what I've been trying to do at Thunder Bay Theater is I bring in these kids. It's actually kids to adults, as the professionals, and bring them all in from all over the country, and we just sit down in a room for a few hours and talk about what we think would be fun or what would be cool. So almost everything that we're doing at Thunder Bay Theater right now is original in terms of ideas. Obviously, the material, people have done this script before. But, our design, my technical director is building a beautiful 100-acre wood set, oh, it's going to be beautiful. So that's what's really exciting, about a place like Thunder Bay Theater is that we have the ability to be free and creative and just, play, artistically. It's great.
Now, when can we come to see Winnie the Pooh?
Winnie the Pooh is running from February 5th to the 15th, and that is our normal show schedule, Thursday through Sunday.
Okay.
Thursday through Saturday evening at 7:30, and then Sundays at 2 p.m.
So with double casting, all the grandparents, aunts, uncles, sisters, brothers, get your tickets.
Exactly, and your teachers too, and your friends.
Oh yes,
everybody.
Because it'll sell out, so it's very important.
It is. We always, our kids shows are always, well attended. So, and once people hear about it and see it, I think that it's gonna go fast.
Okay, moving forward to Masquers Club again. So back to the 80s. What kind of a production is this going to be?
Well, it's a big musical, so I believe that there are close to 20 kids in the production, which is great. In a high school production, you always try to get as many people on stage as possible. And it is a show filled with all of those classic 80s hits. It feeds a little bit off of Footloose that we did in the summer, and it has even more of that, and it's got a wonderful story about all the kids who are in high school, and they're going to prom, and they're dealing with all of those high school problems that we all have, the first boy crush, and, the mean cheerleaders, and, we're doing the same thing, we're sitting down with the kids and we're sitting down with the advisors and we're saying, what can we help you do? What can we provide for you? So it's a big old collaboration, between the professionals and the Alpena, wonderful community members.
Okay. And when will that production be?
That production will be running from February 26th until March 8th.
And it's going to be at Thunder Bay Theater on the professional stage, which will be exciting for the young people, too.
Yeah, I know the kids are excited because they get their first 2-week run in I don't know how long. And the Alpena High School administrative staff has been so wonderful. Matthew Foley, gave it a big thumbs up because, when we did High School Musical, he and I got to know each other. And everybody just wants the kids to have the best experience possible, and I think that's going to happen.
And as this is the new year, people thinking about some volunteer gigs or something new and different, give you a call.
Absolutely, yeah. We're always looking for people who may, want to help put up a wall or, may want to help organize our shop because stuff gets crazy around around the theater. We're also, having some talks about, doing some small renovations to really bring the theater, give it a new face, give it a new fresh shed of paint. So, yeah, like you said, volunteering hours, donations, all those things help make the theater a thing to see in Alpena.
And dial 354-2267 to get those tickets booked.
You nailed it.
Thank you, Jeffrey, and once again, Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
I'll be right back.